Very good morning to all the participants here. It would be better if you come on video. We are getting more participants now. Today is going to be a great day for us. We are going to have great learnings from Remo. Before that, shall we have a 30-second silent prayer for the wellness of the world?
कपड़ा धोता है ना इससे
Remold. Be the winner, don't be a loser. This is an essential platform for motivation, personality development, leadership, corporate training. We conduct national level events to bring awareness. Be the winner. Don't be a loser is our tagline. People in the present scenario have been facing several tumultuous changes both in their lives and professional arenas. They need confidence, satisfaction, and meaning in their lives. Remold builds confidence and makes people feel less anxious and more dynamic within the sphere of their active life events and professional journey. We at Remold are committed to provide the meaningful training in both leadership and corporate training, meeting the expectations of the novice trainers, educational institutions, and various other corporate bodies in serving rightly for the better output and excellence. We train all sections of people for their exponential growth in the professions they are in. Students will be trained for better emotional intelligence, teachers, employees, and budding entrepreneurs will be trained for their upskilling, reskilling, and better enhancement of attitudinal change towards embracing the change in achieving the outstanding results in their professions. Quality is our motto. Making our stakeholders win is our mission. Mr. Anamar Polagalni is from Nuzvid, Andhra Pradesh. He is a mentor, an educator, and a motivational speaker. He firmly believes in transformation through education. His indomitable persuasive nature inspires and encourages people to realize their potential and ensures extraordinary transformation in them. He is a master trainer, British Council and certified master trainer from IAT, Chennai. He says that perfection precedes mastery.
Welcome, Naga sir.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction, Gayatri madam. Thank you very much for having invited me for this remote session. I'm so pleased. When it comes to life, we have many expectations. We would like our life to be beautiful and colorful. When things go in a different direction, quite against to our expectations, we feel disturbed, distraught, and frustrated too. Correct me if I'm wrong. So today in this session, friends, I am going to just engage you in a very beautiful talk. You will have to answer my questions. I'm not going to be so active. You will be the active persons, active participants in today's session. Why should you have to be so? Because you are the people who must have to find transformation in your lives. Yes, it's true. If you really had not thought of having some transformation, you would not have registered for this program. I would like to ask you to be attentive throughout the session. You are going to have some tasks too. Winning friends and influencing people. Wow, it sounds a bit familiar to all of us. We might have read many wisdom literature books on personality development, motivation, self motivation, organizational motivation, and professional excellence. It's true sometimes when people are not, established, but they have certain expectations. When we are not truly established, but on a par with that, when we have expectations, the journey starts, And there won't be any polarity, equilibrium status we could find. The expectations might grow one after the other and to the toppest level when it comes to our life's events, which have become rather somber and not so very quick enough. Expectations do not get realized because efforts are not so qualitative. For any human civilization from time immemorial, if you look at the world, people have faced many things in the world that if their voice was okay, sweet, convincing, with a beautiful smile, they won the world. All the dynasties, all the kings, they depended on communication. Where are we? We just with families and a few priorities in life, but still communication matters. You might have a question with regard to this. Why does this have to do anything else with this today's topic? Communication matters. Way back in 16th century, William Shakespeare, the greatest bard of Anna and Evans, said very frankly, mend your language, lest it may mar your future. Mend your language, lest it may mar your future. He meant mar in the sense he just would like to, alert all of us. If your communication, if your words are not absolutely okay, things will not be okay with us. Words have impact in our lives. I'm sure you all would find it truly amazing to understand why words to be really taken to be considered very important. In the context of winning friends and influencing people, you must have to think about the words you use. 25% written words, 75% spoken words. From linguistic, comments have power. The words used by wife in the presence of husband, the words used by husband with his wife matter a lot. You might definitely consider to your spouse to be your friend, one of the people in this communities or world. If you are not successful in the house, I'm sure no matter however you are successful outside, a kind of laxity, pain, and less recognition psychologically goes with you. If parents do not have good terms with children, when children take it for granted for everything, it's just because of appropriate communication. They fail in managing their familial affairs. If a student is not capable of convincing his principal about why he really applies for leave, he fails in getting it done. There is no doubt at all. If you have to get such examples, there are multiple, millions. Every day in our lives, we come across various such scenarios. It's lack of communication. It's lack of words, appropriate words we use. It's lack of sagacious, meaningful employment of words. Friends become enemies. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. Enemies might also become your best friends. Those best friends one day might have to and might again come to rescue you when you are desperately in need of any sort of help. With this being said, dear friends, I would like all of you to be prepared 24/7, 365 days. If it is a leap year, that's different number. Please be wise enough in making use of your words. This is the first step to win the friends. I said 25% goes to written communication and 75% goes to oral communication. You might have seen son frequently quarreling with father. In my neighborhood, when I was a kid, there was no, kind of unity between father and son. Father would beat him every day in the morning because he was not waking up early in the morning as per the expectations of father. Son would try to justify that he was working elsewhere and it would take him time to reach home. Whenever it was really necessary for him to spend with friends, he would just stay at various crossroads and at restaurants. He would like to be like that because he's youth. But father never understood. Father used aggressive words, son took it very differently. Every day you could find at least 3 wars in a week in the family. Do you know? This impacted the entire environment in the street. People started thinking about that family to be an aggressive family. Mother was confined to the kitchen, and son one day left the house. Father searched in vain. Later, advertisements in the newspapers to search for son, but he wasn't found. There are many instances like this. When a father, being a human, is not able to capture the attention of the son, when a son is not dynamic enough to handle the situation in the family, each of them are failures. A winning friend, you do not have to consider the one whom you meet every day outside your house. Win your family members. That's my first priority. Win your family members and come prepared to just influence people, because each single person would become two, three, four infinite numbers. They are called society, people. It's a congregation of various human creatures. Now, before I just introduce this topic, I have just given you sort of prologue. I would like to ask you to participate along with me some breakout activities which I am going to create. So you will definitely have to answer discussing with your friends. Are you all prepared to participate actually? If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. You have read this statement, but I would just like to ask a question. You can take 1 or 2 minutes. The question for you is, are you all ready to listen to me? Can you? The criticism, either in family or in profession. How did you feel for that? Did you ever criticize others? How did they feel for that? When you were criticized, when you criticized, what was the impact? I would like to give you 1 minute for this, only 1 minute. It's 10 o'clock, 47 minutes. You can give your answers at 10 o'clock, 48 or 9. Time starts. I repeat the question. Did you ever have to face the criticism, either in family or in profession? How did you feel for that? Did you ever criticize others? How did they feel for that?
Naga, you are asking to all or to Mr. Arun only?
No, not Arun. Anybody can participate in it. Anybody can participate in it.
Okay.
We'll give at least to 4 to 5 persons, participants, to express their views.
I would say that. Sorry, Mr. Raghuram.
Raju sir, 30 seconds left yet.
So criticism is one thing which everybody gives and everybody gets also, either in professional life or in personal life also. And when someone is getting the criticized, he is in bad mood. He comes in bad mood, and he is not in right senses of when he is criticizing others. Then he is really feeling so much of happiness within himself, within the group, and the third person to whom they are criticizing. It is the most what you can say peace giving activity to a person if you are criticizing someone. Though it is not a right thing, but criticizing is such a human behavior that people really like to criticize someone else rather than finding the way without getting the situation in which that person has acted on certain situation and so. So getting criticized and giving and criticizing others, both are possible, and in everyone's life, whether from childhood to whatever the age they are. And of course, it is not a good thing. One should think before criticizing. One must think the situation in which the other person is. So that is what I have learned from my experience.
Thank you very much, sir. It's amazing and brilliant. So this will really help us understand where we are. May I have SCA from SCA? Who is SCA? When I am being criticized for an instance, I don't feel good, but I think over it again and again. What happens? I realize and try to take it in positive way. I try to criticize others in positive way so I don't hurt others. So would like to listen from you, dear SCA, sir. SCA stands for what? Who is SCA? So please do speak to us, sir. Present your views, madam or sir. So time is running away and then we have to capture the essence of it. Yeah. Anyone?
Can I say?
Please, sir.
Yeah. So I think basically we tend to criticize people when our views are not matching with the other person's views, and we try to impose our views. We think we are right, the other person is wrong. So it's all about, I think, seeing the other side of the story also. So if we can really try to find out what is his, apart from the views, why is his views like that? Probably that criticism could be reduced. It's basically lack of empathy or lack of understanding, which probably prompts us to criticize people.
Navdeep ji, you are absolutely fine. My point is, what is the impact? How would people feel? In
You
fact?
feel bad when you are criticized. You definitely feel bad. It hurts your feelings, and basically you tend to feel that why the other person is not trying to understand my feeling. Why is he trying to impose his view on me? Why should I not be heard? That's the feeling which I think so.
Thank you so much. In fact, according to the psychologists, 99 out of 100, 99 out of 100 do not criticize themselves. They have self-esteem that we have to understand. If someone comes to criticize them, you can imagine how the world would be. They would announce war. You
The jealousy.
practically can observe this point in the families itself, in the places where we work, and outside with an auto wala, with a chai wala, and with a bank teller, or else anybody, rank and file would not actually accept to be criticized. In this context,
Jealousy may be one of the cause. Sir.
now go ahead, Arun Gar, please go ahead.
So jealousy may be one of the cause in criticizing the person.
Arun ji, I am muting all people. Somebody is talking.
Sir. Sir, myself Arun Kumar, sir. Jealousy may be one of the cause to criticize the person, sir.
Right.
In the work experiences, in the work field or in a school, other teachers or other colleagues may criticize us.
Right.
Because of the jealous nature or what he is doing, he is getting something named or this.
Thank you, sir. So basically, it is out of jealousy or XYZ. We people get criticized sometimes, but it shouldn't happen. Okay, Gayatri madam, no problem. We'll go ahead.
I have a point to make.
Raghuram sir, over to you. Yes, I was coming to you.
Yes. See, as everyone said, I was in the growing up years, I was definitely feeling very bad when somebody criticized me. And I have also done that. But over a period of time, I realized the difference between criticizing and critiquing.
Right.
There is a difference.
Yes.
You start understanding that later in life, that people who are interested in you will be critiquing you. They are not criticizing you.
Right.
Whereas someone who wants to put you down with an intention to be criticizing you, the life or the experience teaches you to draw the difference between that.
Right.
You get more matured not to get affected by criticism. At the same time, welcome critics or criticism in that sense, which only acts as, it helps you improve yourself.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic.
So the difference lies in critiquing and criticizing and analyzing that. In
Right.
your life, there will be cynics. You
Right.
cannot do anything about them.
Right.
It depends how you respond to it rather than react to it. So
Fantastic.
criticism is something which you will have.
Yes, we understood. Thank you very much, Raghuram sir. I would get
No,
back
no,
to all of you, all the
just to
participants.
add, can I add one thing?
Navdeep ji, we have a
Yeah.
few more questions. I would get back to you. with
Yeah,
all the
okay.
topics too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kindly do let me go ahead. So 99% of the people do not accept, your daughter do not accept if you want to criticize on anything. It's not criticism, it's like admonishing or reprimanding, but still we do consider that we have power and we have everything to do, but still people do not accept. They are the creatures of emotions. Let us remember, human beings are the creatures. Basically, they are the emotional entities. Now, criticism is futile according to the philosophy of leading life perfectly. What does it say? Criticism is futile, it's of no use, and it puts a person on defensive mode. Yes, if may I ask, may I ask all the participants to mute yourselves? That would be better for me, right? Thank you very much. People become defensive. Children go against the wishes of the parents. If a boy falls in love with a daughter of somebody else, of your close associate or else your neighbor, these days, even in the past too, they are not prepared to listen to parents. This is a very big issue today. People want to go against because they want to listen to their temptations. They just go do what they want. If people are not very judicious in handling with such people, things go very badly, and the repercussions of those actions will be there forever in the family. So people have to understand the sentiments of the fellow human beings, be it son, be it colleague, be it maid even. We have to understand. Similarly, it's a dangerous wound. In fact, when we criticize people, they would actually have pain of it and they would feel forever. This is one of the reasons why you might have experienced relationships being broken when there is a marriage ceremony, just because of bride's group or bridegroom's group on some other petty and very frivolous things, they start quarreling, quibbling over certain aspects. Bride and bridegroom are very very happy, they just get together and then they want to go together for life, but these extra tickets, they create nonsense outside. You see, that kind of rupture will be there forever. In-laws will keep talking about that. You see, during that marriage, your mother and your uncle, all of them have criticized us. They said we are this, that. See, this would go forever. It's a poisonous thing. So we have to be very much aware of this. It puts a wound on person's pride and vanity, though they are actually considered to be something different, but it is very essential for people. It's like a fuel. It hurts people's sense of importance. People want to be wanted. We want to be wanted across the world, irrespective of our color, creed, caste, and various concepts. We want to be wanted. If our self-ego is hurt, we never want to talk to anybody else. It arouses resentment. I would like to give one example. In one of the organizations where the produce is supposed to be effective, but day after day, the overall production has come down. The main company's owner, the factory owner, was not able to understand why it is happening. He appointed a manager who is quite talkative and who is able to handle certain issues, and is a very big risk taker as well as a troubleshooter. Even after that, over a period of time, the factory owner understood things have not improved any better. One day he called on the section of this particular process, and then he found that there is some kind of resentment or else numbness among the employees, workers. He convened a meeting with the supervisors and all the manager whom he appointed, believing he would do better. The manager expressed his displeasure and as he was not capable in handling the situation. The factory owner, an age old trend, he just got a piece of chalk and wrote the number. He just numbered on the floor. The number was 6. People went off. The next day they came and they found it truly amazing. Why this number 6 in big font was there? The shift, the workers who belonged to that morning shift understood maybe this was the number of the previous shift yesterday. They would produce these many items, so we may have to do at least one better than them. Internal competition has started, And instead of criticizing the employees, the factory owner himself understood. He thought of dealing with emotions of the people. He created kind of competition among them. 7 became 9, 9 became 90 afterwards. Pretty soon, the company started shipping out very good number of, extraordinary percentage of product and produce. This could be one of the examples. This principle would be applied even with housewives, with husbands. If you look at the relationships that are going sore between wife and husband, this kind of principle has to be applied. Do not ever try to resort to criticize anybody in the kitchen when the cup of coffee is not tasty. Please try to appreciate people. These issues would have to be explored. You must be knowing Skinner, a psychologist, what he said. An animal rewarded for good behavior will learn much more than an animal punished for bad behavior. An animal for good behavior, if it is rewarded, would learn many things. How about us? We have common sense, we have emotions. We cannot take it for granted. Though we have blood relationship, or social relationship, or professional relationship, we cannot take it for granted. We ought to be more responsible. Finally, as far as the wisdom literature writers as well as great people who transformed this world, one among them is, you must be knowing, Brian Tracy, great teacher, and then who conducts sessions like this, as well as Robin Sharma, whose series of books, Monk who sold his Ferrari, Who Will Cry When You Die, such books have actually triggered good thoughts. What they said finally, it is fools who criticize. I'm sure we would never be called fools and would never like to be fools because we are wise people. God has given all senses. No matter how wrong it may be, it is foolish to scold. John Wanamaker says, no matter how wrong it may be, your company employees may not be able to extend their service, but they can do it. Know the secret in dealing with human beings. In terms of influencing people and winning friends, you need to understand the emotions. Always let us remember, human beings are emotional creatures. They are not just beings. We have to deal with that. And before I start the second slide in this context, I would like to ask you another question. Friends are forever, they are always forever. We cannot lose friends. That's why do not criticize, do not condemn, and do not complain. Remember these D-O-N-T, do not. Don't say yes for them, just say no. Don't criticize, don't condemn, don't complain. So these things will bring unrest, unhappiness, and distress feelings, restlessness. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. This is a foolish act. Be very specific and be very kind enough with people because you need to do many things with them. Finally, friends are always forever. The big secret of dealing with people. I'm sure most of us do fail in dealing with people. We think we are elders. We think we have got more than 30 years of experience. A professor thinks that he can do his level best in the classroom where he handles, but it is very hard for him to find the mixed ability students and the psychology of the students, both the boys and girls or men and women. It is very hard. Unless you have a graph of their modalities and understanding capacities, efficacies, as well as learning abilities, it will be a very difficult task for you, my dear participant. So the big secret of dealing with people is what? I do not know. Before that, I just would like to ask you, the question for you is, please, it is for all of you. There will be only 2 persons because we will be running short of time. We have to deal with many aspects in this. The big secret of dealing with people. Please bear this point in mind. You are going to again participate with me and you will give me beautiful ideas and all of us would cherish those in the next coming days. Have you ever appreciated your brother? You can write it down if you have a pen and paper. Have you ever appreciated your brother? Have you ever appreciated your spouse? Nonsense. Why do you early in the morning talk about spouse? Do you say that? Please be tranquilized if you have got any issues. Nonsense. My brother hated me. He cheated me. Please think once again. You might definitely have to rescue your brother one day. Have you ever appreciated your colleague? Nonsense. My colleague is a level-headed fellow. He never understands me. He shows off always. He has a car, he comes on car, and he always shows off himself that he is a rich person. He has never appreciated me, but have you ever appreciated him? Why have you appreciated? If not, why? What was the context? What was the result of it? In which context did you appreciate your brother, or spouse, or colleague? And what happened later? I would like to listen from you. Yes, it is over to you. Take 30 seconds. You have 30 seconds. Please do revert. Only 2 participants are allowed to express their views. Two participants. I repeat the question again. Have you ever appreciated your brother, spouse, colleague? Oh my God, in the morning on Sunday. Why are you asking all these things? It's very difficult to answer these questions. But you might lie before others, before me. Conscience, we believe in as God. It will never leave you. Don't lie. You should stick to your conscience. Be frank enough. Last 5 seconds. Only 5 seconds left.
Yeah, I would like to share, Naga.
Would you like to? Again?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. How about others? Why are they not coming forward? We have 3 international guests today, participants. One is from Central Africa. I think he is Benjamin, Emily Benjamin. And if he is here, please, sir, would you please introduce yourself? And Arifa, madam, from Saudi Arabia. Harbhajan Singh, sir, from Kuwait. Okay, they might take some time. Sir, get ready to introduce yourselves. We are so pleased to have you. Raju, sir, you have 1 minute, 60 seconds time. Please use
Okay.
it.
I would like to appreciate in my wife in one form that when we got married, after that, when we had children, she is a housewife actually. And still, she did never work, well qualified, no problem. But one day, just she was asking, ki, as all housewives feels, being a housewife, there are no achievements of them actually. So one day she was also in a bad mood, and she was telling me that I have no achievement. Kya kiya maine? Kuch nahi kiya. My life is just all. Then I told her, see, it is not only the money or something which a wife or a lady has to be recognized because of that. You, being a housewife, has molded my children in such a way that they have grown up in such an environment. They are now very good in the education. I tell you, the way she used to teach my children, that my elder daughter become IIT and then IIM. My second daughter becomes, now has completed her LLM, and my son is doing his graduation now. So the roots which he has, the learnings and the values she has given to the children, my next generation, is reflecting in them actually. That is what I appreciated her in such a way that she really realized and never talked about that.
All right. Great. And once you have appreciated, has your son or daughter expected a freebie for coming festival or something else? Because dad is in good mood.
Yes,
Let us,
I appreciate. I actually earlier I was not in that habit, but of late I developed this habit, and I started seeing things from different angles of the different persons. And then whatever the good thing people are doing, I appreciate that.
Balaji Srinivasan, sir. Thank you. Next person. You will be the next person. Yeah. Sir, please conclude in 5 seconds.
No, I started appreciating of late, and whenever I see things goods, I appreciate people. Whether it is office.
Wow, great, sir. This is something that we all need in all families. Families will become strong. All strong families will make strong India and strong world. Thank you. Balaji Srinivasan, sir. You have 60 seconds. Please do.
Actually, I don't have a brother, so first question not applicable to me. Number one. Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
But would like to see your face,
Oh, sorry.
handsome face, please.
Sorry, I'm in driving at present. I'm not able to. This connectivity is a little bit low, so that's why I'm not.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
fine. The second thing is, I used to appreciate my wife in a frequent manner. So since she is doing some
Wow.
good performance and other things, so I was the first. Actually, I was the first fan of her. Whenever she's going for some
Wow, great.
program, I used to sit first. I used to take her. I mean, in my car, and wherever this program is, either Delhi, Bombay, or South India, within Chennai, everywhere. So I will sit first and I will clap. So this is the thing
Wow.
I'm doing, and she also only seeing my face, she used to sing. So that's a main, appreciation I'm giving, because that is a little bit encouraging for her. So that is the
Thank you
thing.
very much. Thank you very much. Your treatment towards your spouse is so awesome, and that will be a very big lesson for many families, husbands, and they would definitely
Oh,
restructure
thank you.
and their mechanisms. Sharon Pyers.
Yes, I would like to talk about my husband. He prepares very good khichdi, you know. So the thing is, I say even better than me. So and even the children and everyone, like they, when daddy makes khichdi, like it's everyone, even my son who's very fussy about eating this kind of food, will all enjoy it. And even if he makes a big quantity, it gets finished. So and they initially they were not aware that he was making it. They thought I was making it. Then I said, "Can you believe who has cooked this?" And they said, "Really, Daddy?" And they were so surprised. Now this has
Wow.
become his fix. He has to make it. And the best is,
Excellent.
I gave it to my mother-in-law, and I sent him. So he said, "No, I'm not going to go." So I
Wow.
gave it to her, and then she thanked me, and then she said, "It's really good." I said, "You please thank your son," because she said it's not possible. I should never give him a bit of work to do at home, like when we were staying with her.
Fantastic.
So she
Fantastic,
was
madam.
like really
Fantastic.
shocked that her son could prepare this all by himself. Kind of.
This could be the few things you have discussed. Balaji Srinivasan sir, Raju Sharma, Raju Lochan Sharma ji, and you, your ideas and things that you have told us and shared would be the best takeaways. In all families, let us shower the families with these takeaways to enthuse the spirits of family members. Beautiful, happy families will be there in the world. Under this point, that is the big secret of dealing with people. Please do not think about your president, the president of India, how you can deal with him, oh my God, or the prime minister of India, or else the chief minister. We are all people surrounded by human beings. Let us win in the family first, later in the profession, afterwards in the society. These are the three parameters, dear friends. Where would you go other than this? You cannot be away from this. It's a labyrinth. If you always criticize, if you always do not know how to handle with people, there is only one way to get anyone to do anything else. Would you like to know that? There is only one way to do anything for you. If your spouse has to make any arrangement by the time you get up, if you really are to be welcomed by your colleagues in the office, or if your customers have to feel satisfied, or the milk vendor, vegetable vendor, and sweet confectioner, anyone whom we are associated practically in our day to day lives, there is only one word, that is making the other person want to do it. Please do make the other person want to do, but we are very hasty in making certain decisions. We want to plan money for daughter's marriage after 10 years, or we want to save money for son's education in the US, but we don't really have any consensus among us, among in the sense of family members, preferably wife and husband. A team of employees in the organization have their own whims and fancies today. Each one of them tries to prove his own viewpoint, and he wants to surface the viewpoint to be wanted, to be just patted. People have become more this kind of identity crisis. This is a bad impression as well as bad practice. You need to give the other party, you need to consider the people around to express their own opinions. The best thing is make the other person want to do it. How do you do it? By words you cannot, but by sensitizing people. If you have to sensitize people, you need to study people first, how they actually perform tasks, what are their priorities. Their priorities should be your priorities if you really have to win the people. 99% of the people today are negligent about this factor. They don't want to give priority. They don't want to do things according to others' priorities. This is a big mistake we all do. Remember, there is no other way. If there is to be a kind of peace in the family, if child who is just studying second standard and says that, Mom, I don't want to go to school because Corona has created lots of opportunities in the house. I want to play here. In the new normal, all parents might find it difficult. No, Anusha, you have to go to school. Your teachers are calling every day. No, Mom, I cannot go. One or two dialogues will go. Heating arguments begins. And the kid starts weeping, not even crying. Mother finds it difficult to handle. Father is not there. He is in the office happily under the AC and then just doing his work. How can she handle? The biggest mistake all people, mothers in this world, I say, they try to rescue immediately with a small temporary pleasure. They will show five, not five fingers, a 5-star chocolate. Try to bribe people in the family itself. We try to motivate people by giving immediate pleasures, and with which children get corrupted, and in the long run their mindsets will be different. So all we have to do is, according to Sigmund Freud, desire to be great and the desire to be important are the two important things each one of us, you have, me have, and every one of us have. Desire to be great and desire to be important. So when you are in the public, let people take their own lead. That is how a leader comes out. It is not a single man's show. So we must have to understand the people by giving importance to them. The deepest principle in human nature is craving to be appreciated. Yes, please appreciate your son who has made an accomplishment. Take a look at his progress card. Take a look at his medal. Take a look at his something like he has developed an app with his classmates. Please appreciate it. Never try to demoralize people, your maid, and people outside. And this is how people start breaking the relationships. Relationships are supposed to be strong, dear friends. The feeling of importance determines your character. This is another important thing. Why there are many suicides in India, abroad mostly. A couple of days ago, when I was participating in one of the virtual classes, one of my best friends, Mr. Raj from Chennai, was telling on the show, on the session, that it was 3 states in India, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, and other state. This is something like, bad mania, committing suicides. Because when people lose interest in life, why do they lose? Because they are not respected. They are not valued. They are not taken into consideration. We need to start empowering ourselves from this point. Let us respect others. Let us give time for us to understand how things can be. And we may be able to go collectively. The collective viewpoint is always best. And all of us are supposed to be experts in human relations. We are all actually experts in relations, like money relations. We want to make money. We have become making money, we have made it a kind of game. Partly losing the connectivity, the meaningful connected with the rich life. The rich life is we have to understand how to manage with people. There are many disturbances in the pocket. I mean the family, but we try to be okay. This is something bad. We cannot suppress the emotions of the people. One day they will burst into fierce invective. You may be the first person to, you have to experience all the wrath as well as frustration. Psychologically, if you keep suppressing all your things like this, ulcers start creating problems to the health. So we need to have to be very much clear with what we are and how we can possibly the best. The best thing is give honest and sincere appreciation. Finally, the takeaway from this concept is give honest and sincere appreciation. Honest appreciation, sincere appreciation. 2 words are very important for us. People can easily understand whether we make honest appreciation or not. If that is the case, we will be able to win the people. Fake smile, honest smile. Fake exposure, honest exposure. And a fake relationship, honest relationship. See, people are emotionally empowered. They can easily understand because face is the index of our heart. What we feel gets reflected on our face. We have to be careful about this. So with this, dear friends, have a question for you again. Please get ready. 30 seconds question. Did you face any embarrassment for not making your neighbor feel happy about how you talk to him or her? I repeat. Did you face any embarrassment for not making your neighbor feel happy about how you talk to him or her? I found a group of people at the bus stand a week ago. One person in the group was saying, you really, created bad impressions in my mind. I would like to retaliate. There was a quibble, there was a fight exactly in front of the bus stand in our native place. When I inquired what exactly happened, one of the persons used abusive words. Again, it comes back to the communication. My question, I repeat, did you face any embarrassment for not making your neighbor feel happy about how you talk to him or her? You have 1 minute, friends. Please think of it and get ready. Your time starts now. May I ask Dr. Ratna to help us understand what she feels about this? Madam, please, over to you.
So this is something which I am not very sure, because the reason is that my relationship with others is not that great actually. But yes, sometimes we do feel that sometimes the situation comes in such a way that we cannot even visualize. So I don't have any practical experience on this, sir. So I think I'll not be in a position to satisfy this. So I would definitely like others to share these views. Yes, sir. Naga, sir.
Thank you so much, madam. May I ask Sheikh Nazrul sir about his viewpoint? Sujata Krishna. May I ask the same question, Sujata Krishna, madam? Otherwise, anyone
Can I
from your
something?
end? Yes, sir. Raghu, sir.
See, I have not got this experience of getting embarrassed by a neighbor, but it has happened something I can connect to this question. In one of my earlier careers, when I had to do a presentation, I got a feedback from a person who was genuinely interested in me, which was my immediate boss. He gave me a feedback that the way I did that, or the way I responded to the various requirements, I came out as a very proud person. That was his assessment of me. And that was purely because of the way I had probably my tone of my language or my body language. It was possibly accumulation of everything. And then I really spent time sitting in front of the mirror and working my body language to see that I don't come out as a proud guy, because I'm not a proud guy. I'm not, at any given time, I've never tried to prove my point is right. So that was an important lesson I learned, because many a times the reason that we can ask for an embarrassment because unknowingly we would have appealed to somebody in a very wrong way. It's not our intention to be.
Absolutely.
But it can happen without your knowledge that you can come out as a rude person or an impolite person, whereas you really did not mean it. So that was the feedback I got, which I really worked on it. I spent hours sitting in front of a mirror to change my body language and my tone and the choice of words and so on.
Fantastic, sir. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Raghuram, sir. Your experience and later exploration and finding the best solution. All these features are awesome and we would learn many things from that. One point, dear friends, you might like fruit, but fish like worms. Do understand. We like fruit, but fish do not. They like fruit, worms.
And worms like fruits.
What does it mean? Yes. So we are all equal in certain areas, but we are all of different types. It is very hard. There is an idiomatic expression, a hard nut to crack. If you really want to win the world, you don't have to pray that I must win somebody. Please alter the way you think and handle smoothly. So use the same common sense when fishing for people. Yes, When you want to catch the people and their attention, if you want to make good business, you must have to learn this technique. Please use this technique. Whatever you like, whatever your preferences are, whatever you think, the world will never be alike. It will not be the same as you think, as you do, as you really want. It will be different. It has been programmed to be different. That we need to understand. Talk about what others want and show them how to get it. It is very hard these days, people out of narrow-mindedness, I would say. This is a very big complaint in the families also. Husband never reveals the fact how many WhatsApp groups he has. He never tells the family how many accounts of social media he has. It is the wife who has to search on YouTube how to identify fake WhatsApp group being maintained by my husband. And it is the children's problems and father at night after kids sleep, how to identify whether my son is going to college or a pub or else a dukan nearby. So this has become a very tactical game, each one of us. What else? At the end of the day, kel khatam dukan band, kya wo? We all have to regret. People like me, like you, all of us sit on Sundays spending valuable time, crying, planning, and trying to extrapolate what we can possibly do, finally achieving nothing. Why? Because we do not arouse certain interest levels and eagerness in other people, what they can really do something else. We want to play the entire game. If that is the case, any game would have been played only with one person. Would that be possible? The answer is absolutely no. We have to remember that. Sharing is necessary. So finally, what we have to learn from this is arouse in the other person an eager want. Yes, please give a chance. Please give a chance to let them know and explore. They would definitely come up with an idea. So then it will become democratic. The basic preamble of democracy is such. People have to feel they must voice their own opinions. When they vent out their anger, or else when they express their opinions, everything would be fine. They will be clear of all the burdens. So, dear friends, let us give a chance and let people express and let people feel the eagerness, what they really want to say. Before I move to the next one, it's very risky again. It's going to be 11:30, and you might have ordered better items from some Domino's pizza or else better items from the market, and people are busy making different curries in the house, and you feel that you must immediately finish this task. 3 questions are left for you. I believe the answers given by you. What we are doing, I'm just doing nothing. I'm trying to synthesize your ideas. Each of you is a unique person because I believe you are the master of the life that you have designed. Yes, all the participants today in this webinar are the masters. You have the skill to decorate the life. You have the skill to execute the life in a beautiful manner. With this view, I would like to proceed to ask a few questions. Before that, let me just share this with you all. Do this and you will be welcome anywhere. People complain, sir, I don't have any respect. Sir, I am not being respected in the college I am working. I am not being respected in the company I am working. My boss takes it for granted. I am being criticized. I am being done this and that. You have to get something else. If you do something, you will get something. What is that? For this, I am going to have a question for you. Are you concerned about people around you? Please write it down. Are you concerned about people around you? Around all people. Around you, who are they? Children, spouse, your workers, family together, relationships and colleagues, and all the people who constitute the entire society. How do you find happiness being with others? This talks about whether you are an egoist, whether we are kind of self-centered people or reserved people, sociable, frank, friendly, dynamic, or leaders. This expresses. My question is, are you concerned about people around you? How do you find happiness being with others? Your time starts now. "30 seconds left." So the people who are going to express their views. Vidyasagarji, relationship is a top priority for us. Of course, relationships are the bridges. If there is no bridge, we cannot cross a channel or else a river bank from one place to another place. It is a bridge. It gives confidence, hope with which we can resume our duties. If people are alone, things would be different. The world wouldn't have come to this level, dear sir, I believe. So, the point I am going to again get from you is, are you concerned really about people around you, and how do you find being with others? 5 seconds left. This time, may I expect the answers from Vijay Kumar Gupta and Balvinder Harbhajan Singh from Kuwait. Vijay Kumar Gupta sir, as well as Balvinder Harbhajan Singh. Sir, there are many prices in the market. I personally tell you, when we go to purchase mangoes are very famous in our place, sir. Ours is Newsweed, Andhra Pradesh, Krishna district. Mangoes are available with just 5 rupees, 4 rupees, big size mangoes during the produce time. There are many prices. Are we concerned about them? We have one price in our mind. We have programmed. We have money with us and we would like to buy at one price. That's all. No matter how many stalls we go and then hanker after, as well as just ask them, bargain them. We have our own philosophy. How you prioritize yourself is going to be something that values you. That's all. I tell you many things, but you will not be able to or may not be able to implement. Right, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Vijay Kumar Gupta ji and Balvinder Harbhajan, anybody? Otherwise, Jayanti Pillala. Jayanti madam, would you please respond?
Yes, sir. I am firstly concerned about myself and then my family and then my relatives, and then comes the society for me.
Okay, so being with people, you really feel happy. Is that you say, ma'am?
Not much exactly. I am happy with only a limited circle. Not
Why
with
so, madam? Why so? But when we were in the school, we were asked by our principal and SL, India is my country, all people are my brothers and sisters, and I
yes,
respect.
the feeling is there, but I don't know. Somehow I am not that much comfortable being around people. Like
Right.
I enjoy being alone or being with my family,
Right.
or else a limited close circle. That's
Right.
it.
Thank you so much, madam, for your valuable experiences. They would be useful for us. Anyone to share his or her valuable insights with regard to this? Are we concerned about people? When we are out, we would find preferably always some door-faced people. Door-faced people are they are very hungry and they don't want to be very convincing, and it's very hard. There is a Chinese proverb: if you want to be a businessman or an entrepreneur, but you have to check for once, not for money, not for investment. You please have to see your face on the mirror whether you smile or not. When you don't have that asset, don't start any business. This is the Chinese proverb's total message. Very sweet smile image, people would respect and would come to you. This is the most important element in 21st century to win the people. Dog is the only animal that doesn't have to work for living. On a contrary to that, if you look at hen, it lays eggs. That means it is doing a job for the owner who has the hen in the house. So happily preserves under a big basket and expects an egg maybe by the next day. Similarly, a cow has to give milk. We say we have a cow and that is great, but we say that it is great because it gives something else. We make money out of it. But dog, let us look at this animal. Dog makes a living by giving you love, which you have defined as faith. Dog is the only animal which is faithful. Hence, they give eggs, we kill it, we eat it, besides consuming all the eggs. Similarly, cow, as well as dog in some areas. But above all, why dog is referred to be the best animal? It is faithful animal. It shows you love, it gives you love and comfort, and with which you can manage your life very well. You can make more friends by becoming more interested in their issues and problems than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Whenever we went, just have great blessings of God. After we are back, we only talk about our journey, we only talk about our goodness. When there is a marriage in the family, we talk about us. When we have a shirt, beautiful shirt, we talk about us. This is like a self-dabba. But people around us do not want for more than 1 minute. If you don't stop it, they will stop sending you messages on WhatsApp. Be very careful, dear friends. So people want to be talked about. So here, great people with animation and enthusiasm can succeed. You need to have enthusiasm to understand others. That is why become genuinely interested in other people. Don't always give your own impressions. This is called, kind of, what is it called? Addressing oneself, thinking. What do you call this in English? It's called narcissism, self exposition. Narcissist view is not helpful at all. People cannot listen to us. Instead of highlighting ourselves always, let others take the view and chance to tell about themselves to the world. So again, in winning people and making friends, we must have to be quiet to understand how they move. So become genuinely interested in other people is going to be the next takeaway that you all have to understand. With this being said, I'm just going to just ask you to see and take a look at this. If you people are not really concerned about your friends and the people whom you are living with, maybe the chances are that we would have to land in soup. So if that is the case, how we can probably do this? We may definitely have to go this way. Friends, what is the simple way to make a good first impression is another question. Most of us in the very nascent stage or else early days of our jobs as well as career, even in the human relations, like first thing is marriage. After marriages, people fail in understanding others and giving the best possible gifts. What is the simple way to make a good first impression? If you don't do it, what would be the result? So why should people say make a very good first impression? What is the necessity of it? Can we not win the people afterwards? If you really want to be successful in the job you are in, or else somewhere when you plan to do another job or to enhance your revenues, you need to make first good impressions. This is very important. I have a question for you. Are you serious always? Are you serious always? Always?
No, not exactly.
My question hasn't been over yet. Sir, I do not know your name. I think NWB Vidyasagarji. Please do talk to me. I would like to listen from you, sir, this time. What kind of results have you achieved by being so? I repeat, are you serious about anything always? What kind of results have you achieved by being so? Over to Vidyasagar, sir. Yeah, your answer, please.
But I didn't get something.
All right, at least you do tell me, is it necessary to be serious in life? Always.
No, sir, no.
Why?
Why we get serious? Because everything is okay. Everybody doing own views, on somebody criticize someone. So why we need to get serious about others' perspective.
Fantastic. But have you found people, sir, being serious for simple reasons in your friend circle or else in the place where you actually hail from? Is it a common scenario? All right. May I ask anyone? Balaji Srinivasan, sir, go ahead.
Excuse me, sir. Can I speak?
Yes, yes, yes stands for madam. What does it mean?
This is Shabina. Yes. Can you repeat the question, sir?
Are you serious always?
No, sir. I'm not always
results
serious.
Have you achieved by being so? If you say no,
sir, it depends.
Why you should not be serious?
Depends upon the situations. It depends upon the people I meet. So it is situational. Like I am not serious always, but it depends upon the situations and the people and the conditions. And like we have to choose. We have to choose whether we need to be serious or we don't need to be. Like suppose I am a teacher in the class. I have some instances where I have to be serious to get the required results. And so in that way we can choose. It depends on the situations. basically.
So we ought to be serious. But if people are serious, preferably always, do you think, madam, they really have accomplished well in the life?
No, not so well, because they have to be balance between these two situations, because being if you are serious all the time means other people will be hesitant to talk with you, or they will not approach you, uh, or you will not get appreciation, and no one like a people who is always serious.
Fantastic, excellent. That is the reason why we have to keep ourselves away from being serious.
Yes, right.
Politicians
I
have
would
lost
like to
votes
ask.
by being serious. Entrepreneurs lost businesses. Good investments lost. Relationships between two different societies have been lost. The history has taught us great lessons. Serious and angry young men have never been successful. Wives have committed suicides. Husbands have died after wives have committed suicides. Children became orphans. And the society with angry young men would always be, wrestling with the different vibrations. They never arrive at conclusions. If people have the habit of becoming serious for nothing, they must understand. Please stop that game. That's not going to be useful at all. If a student is angry with teacher, the problem is with the student. The teacher would always teach classes. That is her duty or his duty. If a student doesn't really respect the class, it is the student who is going to lose a lot. The tendency of becoming angry or else showing some kind of partiality and kind of wickedness has to be quenched from childhood onwards. That is in the hands of the parents today. We are living in the world of extreme poverty as well as extraordinary affluence. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is both. These two polarities always make us feel more differently. This extreme poverty makes people commit many antisocial things. Extraordinary affluence also brings some disorder in lives. Finally, people in these two sections do not find peace and meaning in their lives. If we really want to have the meaning and purpose to be fulfilled, we ought to really understand how best we can navigate amidst all this uproar. One important simple technique is there is nothing either good or bad, dear friends. Things make it so, that's all. Madam, you have rightly said, and before you, Vidyasagar sir said, any good person might become a bad person. Here, bad means it is beauty lies in the beholder's eyes. John Milton, an English poet, says, beauty lies in the beholder's eyes. For him, it is okay. I heard a story from America. There used to be a, two revolver Crowley. His name is Crowley. He used to kill many people. When he was with his girlfriend, the policeman approached, accosted the car. He was just on the subway. He knocked at the door, and then when he opened, would you please show me your license? Without talking to the policeman, he shot him down. The government of the US, actually wanted to capture him, and it took them many years. Afterwards, it was felt that he was with his close soulmate somewhere in the apartment, and the police people cordoned off the apartment, and the situation became grim. As many as 10,000 citizens they were at tenterhooks. What would happen next moment? This Crowley, the name of this particular person, is a gangster who never understood that it was so wrong to kill people. He started, with his pistol, targeting all the policemen cordoned off around. Finally, he was nabbed, and he wrote a slip saying, "I am the most, kind human being in this world." After having seen that particular slip, the army officer could not understand. He has killed many people. How could he claim like that? This is the tendency of people. Though they are wrong, they never accept their mistakes. They want to be understood. They want to be understood. This is the movie of everybody. People live in their own movies. They are the actors. They are the heroes, even heroines. Nobody wants to really look at the things in a judicious manner. That's a problem with this world. With this perplexed kind of mentality and with this kind of commotion, when we have people in the form of our family members, how should we have to be? We need to understand. The only solution propounded by the great scholars who said, a man without a smiling face must not open a shop. They remind us of the Chinese proverb. Similarly, a man without a convincing mindset and an appropriate understanding capacity should not make family. If you make, you need to come to the terms. Yes, people, spouse, your friends, your colleagues, and the people around are not like you. Please talk to them with smiley face and try to understand emotionally. When you connect with people, it will be a very big blessing for you in the near future to tap many beautiful opportunities and potential. Make a first good impression, not by being angry, but you need to smile. If any fresh graduate implements this particular phenomenal point during his first and maiden efforts to get selected for jobs, people will absolutely get selected. This we need to understand. What about this? Make people like you instantly. Being wanted is always a big mania for the human beings. Don't you think so, dear friends? Being wanted. People don't want others but you, me, every one of us. In other words, it is called identity crisis. Make people like you instantly. How can you? How can I make like me? How can I make anybody else? That's a very big gift. If you really achieve basket of people around you, and if really people come to you and really like you, be it friends, be it relatives, be it your colleagues or stakeholders, you would be the best winner. That's your feeling, for my feeling, and for anybody's feeling. That's the best moment. Then what can we do? I have a question for you. Be serious about this. But just now I have said not be serious. Being serious, semantically has different meanings. Being serious means being attentive to, giving importance to the task being discussed. So here, how does your spouse, friend, customer feel in your company? Be frank, please. It indicates your personality now. How does your spouse, friend, customer, anyone else feel in your company? Do they really want to take your autograph or do they really like to be with you? What's your impression about it? This is going to the last slide, dear friends. I am going to stop. Please. Balaji Srinivasan sir, you said comfortable. Wow. That means you must be a very big, person who would make others comfortable. So the greatness lies in you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Deepika Y. Madam, would you please respond?
Yes, good morning. I wanted to ask a question. Can I? It's what's related to your just recent slide.
Yes, ma'am.
It was about prefer being serious or something of that sort.
Right.
I have a question basis. Is there a genuine requirement among people that after you have crossed a certain age, you should start behaving very maturely, show that sincerity on your face, less smiling, less friendliness, less kind of an emotion and expressions on your face, so that the other person feels as if you are a very professional person. And on the other way around, people who are very lively, they are like, they meet you like a small child, they be with you the way happiness is almost among them. You be the way as if you meet your school friends, right? You are a totally different personality when you be back to your professional life or the daily life where you have your family, your kids, and you tend to be behaving a different having a different image. So is it important to continue with that seriousness and that thing otherwise, or is it okay even if we, whatever the age doesn't matter, it should be always a childish thing among people, those who what think about us? So what is the answer? Which side is
I do
preferable?
go with you. In fact, it's a good, beautiful perspective. It's not okay to be always smiling as well as being so friendly. At times, when the age actually comes and when we are at a particular level, we may have to maintain the seriousness. That is a professional seriousness. In that particular aspect, people would understand your rank and profile, and they would actually have to give you the respect. To get the kind of attention from the people and the public, we may definitely have to be so. For instance, an IAS officer cannot be so silly with a pedestrian on the street getting out of his car and then talking like a friend. So we must definitely have to maintain the seriousness, but the seriousness we believe professionally or else in a way that people do really have to be in their watertight compartments. That is different from being serious for small things. And you were a fantastic point. What you have said was being childish during this kind of behavior. That would absolutely come when people do not behave as per their age. That reflects in their words as well as their behavior. People do not value afterwards. It is very necessary that we need to be cautious about how we manage ourselves and carry out when we are outside. And but the point I made here in this context is, today there are thousands of families being broken. People don't find peace. They have money, they have cars, luxuries, everything, but they don't have understanding capacity. They don't arrive at conclusions. So being serious is something like being very angry with people. So that would never have any fetching point that would collapse all the dreams of the human beings. That's what I can say. And your point, which you have expressed to Deepika Bhai ma'am,
Yes.
it is
Yes.
undeniable and unquestionable. Yes, as we grow up in the ladder of professional success, we ought to maintain that decency and decorum. I would love to put this, being serious under these two words. So decency and decorum should be maintained. Unless we cannot make things happen, people might take it for granted too. Thank you very much.
So maybe if I can take the crux as in either of the situations, keep that beautiful smile of yours always on your face.
Absolutely. When you are in Rome, be like Roman. That's all. There are many rules and regulations. How you make use of them is up to you. It is in your hands.
I want to add
Thank you so much.
NMR.
Yeah. Raghuram sir, please go ahead.
See, there is an adage which says, if you are sweet, people will suck you. If you are bitter, people will spit you.
Right.
See, what is very important is there has to be a balance. Irrespective of what age, what position, and what stage in your life you are, you should always be somebody who's very warm. You can be friendly, but you have to be firm. Under any circumstances, one should not be rude, impolite, and pungent.
Wow. Caustic words, but should be digested.
Yeah, you can never be rude or impolite or pungent to anyone. It could be your family, or it could be, you can't choose to be very nice to your family and very impolite and rude to probably your servants or somebody. You got to come out always as somebody who is a very warm person. And as Deepika just now said, a smile helps you do that.
Fantastic, sir.
You can be the prime minister of the country, but you can always be someone who we have never met, but we can always think that he's a very warm person.
Right.
It depends how you come across in all situations. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you so much, sir. Friends, you might have a glimpse of this one. The last brilliant point I would like to put across in this webinar: you can't win an argument. If you start doing an argument, you can expect what happens on the pick. So there will be dashing, there will be punching, and every time this happens, that leads to certain fissures in the family's integrity, which is not at all healthy to happen. The best way is always try to say yes for the things they actually are not in your hands. Similarly, if you are wrong, admit it. Yes, it is very hard for us to take and come to terms with people. We must have to admit, yes, because of me, because of my decision, unwise decision, it happened. Mom, please excuse me. Then mom would start loving the kid. Daughter would definitely have to gain the confidence of mother and father these days. Otherwise, they cannot be the best protectors throughout her life. It is for the youngsters also. And an employee who is regarded as a lazy fellow in the company, if he is literally belittled before others, he really has to understand why it is happening. Why am I being belittled or else admonished? If we really do not make much progress in making human relations, when we are not creating good boundaries, maybe because we never admit our faults. If we don't admit our faults, see, take a look at this pic. He is, tell me, is he on the safest side or else deadliest side? But he is doing an activity. He is cutting the log, the branch of the tree. If he finishes cutting it down, where would he be? This is what we need to understand. You can't win an argument. Even if you win, the one who has to lose he would remember you to be someone who really has to compete again with. This is something like that. If you don't admit your mistakes, they keep on piling up. One day, cutting down the branch where you sit on the other deadliest side, you will be somewhere else in the bottomless perdition. Friends, people complain that, sir, I am not getting good cooperation. In our company, our staff are really lazy and they are not doing very well. We are providing all perks, allowances. How can we enhance the productivity and the efficiency of the people? How can we do it? We have consulted all. We must have to do it with making people understand what you really need. Letting the other person feel that the idea is his or hers works better in business, politics, and family. Don't always claim supremacy. Be with a spouse, be it with a kid or someone. Let others also feel the privilege of having done something else. That prompts people to recognize you, to come to you, and to be with you. It is very simple. The hand that gives, the hand that takes or gets. Simple as that. Be considerate. Don't be challenging. For yourself, it is okay. But if you challenge others, you might have to lose the best integrity factor. Cooperation will never be possible. People are dominant in, they are domineering, commanding. They just have very aggressive nature. Such things need to be sensitized and they should be pulled down. A formula that will work wonders for you. What is that? When a person is capable of, acing a very big peak of, be it Alps or else the Everest, when you look back, you would find many twists and turns in your path. But when you were doing, actually, you don't find too many precisions. But your progressive achievement, finally, the end results would make you feel more and more amazingly amazing. That would be a great achievement for you. What is the formula to get to that level, which would work wonders for you? Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Yes, you cannot win the world, you cannot make people, you cannot influence people until you live in your own web, until you live in your world. You definitely have to try to see things from others' points of view. This principle is dominantly useful in the collaborative team skills. Today, soft skills is one of the areas where we use this instrument. People who join the companies with their whims and fancies and preconceived notions must have to reshuffle, rehaul, and overhaul themselves. Otherwise, they cannot be directly or indirectly useful for the overall progress of the company. They might in turn create a big hole which would become a very big gap. Dear friends, in human relations, remember, please make others say and believe in their points and wear the hat of your friends and neighbors and your wife or husband, children. Try to look at the things from their point of view. This is a beautiful perspective. Recognition and
happiness and contentment.
Happiness and contentment, fantastic. And
appreciation.
Appreciation, fantastic. Appreciation is very important. That brings lots of happiness. Okay, good. Anything? Mahesh,
their role in whatever the thing.
Right. They want their own sway. They want their role to be recognized. Fantastic. Appreciation. Anything else?
Nothing. Happiness, health, and success, sir.
Happiness,
health, and success.
Health and success. H.
In the same order.
S.
In the same order, actually.
Happiness, health, and success. Fantastic.
And in the same order.
In the same order. Order should.
Yeah. The moment the order, we start with success, then we get stuck with our happiness and health.
Fantastic, sir. So,
right, sir.
To get this point across, what we can possibly see, dear friends, life offers both pleasures and pains. Most of us really cannot bear all those circumstances to be really harsh. This is a harsh reality. So it is a kind of, a paradoxical statement, pains with pleasures. How about moving with, changing times? We cannot stop our journey. If the graded rice is not available in the dukan, we may definitely have to use ration rice because we need to quench the hunger. If safe drinking water is not available, we cannot complain too many days. We need to quench the thirst whatever is available with us. History has taught all these things, adjustments, modifications. People will definitely learn about you, that you are the best person, and try honestly to see things from others' point of view. Similarly, what everybody wants is a very big question. This is pity and sympathy. You need to sympathize with people. Please sympathize with people. I don't blame you for feeling as you do. If I were you, I would undoubtedly feel just as you do. It's a matter of a few seconds. When people in need, we must have to rescue them by being with them. There may be a few more definitions: sympathetic, apathy, or sympathetic, or else empathetic or empathy. Whatever the case it may be, they have divergent views, but being people with people, showing pity, their stress would get relieved. And they would in turn start loving you because you have shown concern. All people crave for is concern, dear friends. Concern. When people have met with an accident on the roadside, by stopping it, and it is very clear that they have faced the risk and they have wounds, it's bleeding. Before we call 108 in Andhra Pradesh, we have 108. Before we call and it comes here. We could just ask the person his problem and we could comfort him with words by doing some first aid, whatever, if possible. So sympathetic. But before you imagine about that scene, plus let us sympathize our family members. We need to sympathize with them. This is what we must have to do. The takeaway here is be sympathetic with other person's ideas and desires. Parents can be the best parents. People, as their children, would actually coordinate with parents. There would be beautiful times more between husband and wife. Employees would be in the good books of the managers or else the CEOs or the company heads, and the children in the schools would listen to the teachers. We should never have to really go with our own whims and fancies. So we really do not want a cup immediately, or else in a bronze statue, or else a reward immediately. Sympathy as well as consideration. If you have tried in your life many things to get normalcy, or else to get tranquilized with your spouse, or else people, even with your friend whom you have believed to be your best, but it has happened that you could not sustain the relationship, you might have to think for a long time what might be the cause, and how could I get my lost relationship regained. Please, you have various ways to move ahead. Then make a decision which is an appropriate decision. The decision must benefit both your friend and yourself. The last job means the manager of the company as well as you. Do look at two perspectives and take an appropriate decision that would absolutely yield the best results. With I conclude this today's national webinar. And over to Gayatri. Gayatri, madam, would you please be able to say something else?
NMR sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I would like to add something on seriousness.
Would you like to? Yeah, I think
add something
of time, but if you could
just because it was very serious topic about seriousness.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Right. For me, when I look at it, seriousness should be an act. It should not be the fact.
Oh.
Right. So we can we can show anger, but never become angry. Right. Showing anger, your work can be done because that is the need of the society. But when you become angry, you lose yourself. Right. So serious people, I have my experience with working with all these 60 plus companies. I have not seen any serious person becoming really successful in life. But a sincere person always has become successful. And for me, sincerity is being 100% complete, total in any act. When you make a choice, be with it, okay, drown in it and make it 100% complete, total, then you'll be successful.
Right.
So more than seriousness, can we be sincere? But society requires some seriousness. Show that as an act. Okay, so that drama karo, or you get the work done, but don't become really serious inside. Okay. Right. So this is what is my take on that.
Fantastic, sir. Thank you very
Right,
much.
sir.
We
Thank
go
you.
very
Thank
much for your noble ideas and genuine facts which you have shared
Right.
with us, sir. They would always be
Thank
useful
you.
for all of us to have transformation in lives. Thank you so much, friends. We offer many programs, corporate training, motivation sessions, as well as like leadership. And we are just trying to get into the public, and it's been a very, very impressive note that we have been doing so well with various stakeholders. And if you personally, from your end or otherwise, if you still feel that you might need a few sessions on various aspects which we have categorically stated in this hands-on training for your organizations, be it an industry or else a school, particularly college, we will be pleased and glad to come to you to help you out. So please approach us for any program, for hands-on training sessions ranging from 2 days to 5 days, even for 10 days, based on the priority and feasibility of the time schedules. Would like to thank all the participants who have graciously presented, graciously has been present and presented their views. Basically, that would be a very touching point and a very candid issue. We thank all the participants for having extended their valuable time in acquiring the quintessential concepts through this national webinar. We always strive to give you the best possible knowledge on multiple domains for your betterment. Keep patronizing us with your participation. Feeling blessed to help you. NMR Polagani. We call it a day. Please don't forget to give your feedback. The link has been shared, and please do let us know your priorities. We'll be looking forward to having your best orders from you, and would like to meet you for further assistance, if any, from our end. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nemar. Thank you very much for this beautiful session and a lot of insights and maintaining good relations with the people in family, in professional life, personal life, in friends, office, colleagues, everything. I think these are the crux of one success in life, and avoiding it can avoid so many problems which can come across the life. Or if it is comes, then with all these traits, if someone is having, he can solve their problems very easily or without any much of the problem. That is what is the takeaway from my side. Thank you very much.
We are always moved and feeling marveled about your feedback and backup. Thank you so much, Raju Sharma ji. Fantastic, and that feels so great. That inspires us to go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, friends. Gayatri, are you there? Africa, is he present with us? And Shabina Afreen from Saudi Arabia, or anybody from India? You please let us know. That would become the best testimony for us. Thank you very much, Sujata Krishna madam. Thank you very much. All your blessings help us go better brilliantly. So we'd like to do many more programs, and
Thank you, ma'am. This was a very interesting session, and a lot of connect with all of us, the audience, to get asking us for our views and our sharing. So that was very nice, and there was a very good flow of words. Your points were very good.
thanks, madam. Thank you very much.
It was a nice presentation, Naga. Very nice. Once you called me also, I was not able to respond because I am in a function, but I was hearing actually. It was really, your topic itself gives a lot of input, insights of it, the topic itself. All the best. Very proud to be associated with our group.
It feels so great to be associated with all of you, madam, and all your happy, experiences are making us feel more.
It is just the
So we do many things.
knowledge and experience shared. So it's very good. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thanks. Anyone would like to share? So maybe call it a day.
I'll say a few words.
Raghuram sir, please.
Naga, first of all, kudos to you for the initiative, and the program has been going so very well. What you really made is every participant was able to touch their inner self through this program. I can say that. I'm sure when I say this, I say on behalf of everyone only, because each of us on the questions you had asked could go inside and seek for answers, and everyone could relate to many things, and such programs are really required, in my opinion, as often as possible, so that we remain grounded. That really helps for people to be grounded. Thank you very much for the initiative and effort, and it's been a good value addition for me in person.
Thank you very much, sir. It means a lot for us. It boosts our confidence, and we would love to do many more programs at free of cost. These Sunday sessions, we make all of them at free of, because we would like to, give knowledge. Synthesizing knowledge is a process with which others would get, lot of radiance, and that is what we are doing. And having said that, we are also doing certain programs, paid programs, with the colleges and universities as well as the banks. So we just would like to ask people if they really feel that they could bank on us for any assistance. We are so much pleased. We have got good paraphernalia, and the staff having top-notch, faculty from various organizations in India as well as abroad. So we would love to organize sessions for you. If anyone is rather interested to find transformation, to welcome the change, indomitable spirits, unflinching determination, please don't hesitate. Please mail us. We'll do that. And it doesn't matter. Knowledge is very important. With this being said, I would like to take you off you, and would like to meet you all with another dynamic and beautiful topic. Thank you so much.